Hello, I just wanted to give you a quick little Cliff Notes version for using GeoGebra in the completing the square and then some activity. Um, we there hopefully you've worked through some of the earlier tutorials that have gone a little more extensively, but I just want to kind of hit the highlights of the things you need to know to complete this activity. So GeoGebra, of course, has different windows here. I've just opened up a new just opened up the software, and I'm using the desktop version rather than the one that works inside of a web browser. And so it asks me immediately what I want to kind of work on, which screen I want. Right now, I don't want to do any of those. What we're going to do, the first thing you're going to be asked to do is create a slider. And so to create a slider, you find this button and slider. And then it says down here, it says select the position for the slider. You can put it anywhere in your graph. We'll just put it up here. And then now you get to do several things. We want ours to be an integer so that we just stick to the integers. And we want it to be called A. And in this activity, it actually wants the initial setting to be 1. And so that's fine. We'll leave it at 1. But for one of the sliders, I think B, it asks it to set it to 5, to start at 5. And so you'd change it at that point. That's where you would change the initial setting. We'll leave it at 1. We want it to run from -10 to, here we go, 10, and hit OK. And so it enters our slider, starts at 1, and then we can move it and adjust it. All right. The next thing you're asked to do is to use spreadsheet. And so you need to use the spreadsheet view. So to get the view you want, you go over here and select view. And here you can do turn on and turn off various views. You see that algebra, which is this one, is selected, and graphics, which is this, is selected. If I want to throw in the spreadsheet, I can do that. And now it shows them all. I'll click. I can adjust these. So in the spreadsheet, we want our very first column to contain basically integers running from -20 to 20. We won't go all the way up to 20, but we'll start at -20. So we're going to hit -20. Oops, -20. And there it is. And I would like to, of course, enter the rest of my integers here, but I don't want to enter them by hand. So I can use a formula. I can say, okay, I want this one to equal, I can either type it in or I can click on it, A1 plus 1. That gives me the next integer, right? -19. Now here, if I want to, I don't want to have to keep doing that, but once I have my formula, I can right click on this cell, copy it, and then I'm just going to select the cell. So drag down here and paste. Now, one of the things you'll sometimes notice is this spreadsheet sometimes is finicky for whatever reason, and sometimes you can't get it to paste. I've found that if I just save the work I've got and then come back in and redo it, reopen it, it works. It works that way. So sometimes it does. You do fight it. So let's just do one more of these. So for instance, we want to in this second column, we want to calculate the slope. And so we have a little formula that they've given you, and so the formula is simply this: equals 2 times. Now, if you're going to do multiplication, you have to use the asterisk times. And I want it to multiply that cell, 2 times A1 minus. Now we're going to have a bit of a problem here because I don't have a slider for B. I'm just going to put, normally I'd put B here. Let me just put 6 here. And there it goes. And then if I want to copy this, I again select, right click, copy. Now select down here and paste. And there we go. All right, so it's not exactly what the worksheet is asking us to do because I don't have a B slider. But in this way, you can get all of your, you can build that spreadsheet. Now let's close that spreadsheet for now, and let's talk about a couple other things. Let's just put in a couple lines. because you're going to have several lines that you've created. I'm just going to make up a couple here because I want to show you this. Let's go something like that, right? So we've got a bunch of lines on the screen during the process of this activity. What we want to do is find the intersection of two lines. So to find the intersection of two lines, you're simply going to go over here to right this menu right here, and you're going to click on intersect. And then the cool thing is you just click on one line. See how it kind of highlights it? Click on the other line, bam, and it gives you the intersect. It labels it A. Here's the commands if you wanted to type it in, because these two lines are F and G, so you could actually type that in, but it gives you that intersect point. Okay, and so those are the big things that you will use in this activity, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight.